There's a lot of things on the internet regarding shooting about what distance to zero your rifle at. 35 yards, 50 yards, 100 yards, or even further out. I don't really subscribe to that very much. New and modern scopes, not like the old traditional, just you had a duplex scope or just a regular crosshair scope. Most of these newer scopes today have hash marks or indentations that you can go by that have a measurement based upon 100 yards. So if you have those and you know the trajectory and you know the standard deviation, extreme spread, the velocity, the weight of your bullet, the ballistic coefficient, if you know all those things and you've already gone out and shot, you can use those hash marks in your scope to go ahead and adjust your point of aim, point of impact. Now hunters, we go by what's called maximum point blank range, which you can get on a computer these days. Use any ballistic calculator to find out what your bullet drop is at various distances. Now in this particular case, up on the bench today is my 300 hammer, Wilson combat barrel. I've got a UTG 3x12 compact scope. It's a pretty good setup for my needs, and if you saw one of my previous videos where I shot in traditional hunting mode, which was offhand and from a shooting stick, now I'm back on the bench because I want to actually test my hash marks inside of my scope. The target is set up at 200 yards. Now I went ahead and shot 3 previous shots to go ahead and see where it was going to hit, so as not to bore you or waste your time. But I was shooting about an inch high at 100 yards. So now at 200 yards, let's see what happens. If it stays above the bullseye, I'm good to go. Need to change nothing as far as my hash marks are concerned. So 3/10 of a MOA is 1 inch. All right, so let's go ahead and give this a shot. This will be the 130 grain Spear hot core bullet, which is Bill Wilson of Wilson Combat recommended pig sticker. Okay, well, let's see how it shoots. The lower target on the right. Let's get everything set up here, get real comfortable. 200 yards. That one went a little high. All right, so the next bullet that I'll be shooting is a Sierra 125 grain Pro Hunter. Now both the Spear and the Sierra are going pretty close to identical speeds, right around 25-50 feet per second, maybe a little bit higher. So let's see how this one shoots now. Be the target just above the last one I shot. Those dots down there are only 3 inches, so on a 14 power scope, they're pretty small. Okay. All right, let's go gather up that target, analyze it. Again, this is at 200 yards, not my normal 100-yard distance. I've got a question here. I don't know why I'm shooting high. The only reason I can come up with is I am shooting pretty much at a downhill grade by about 10 to 15 degrees. So that can possibly make you be shooting high. All right, but so far, Wilson Compat 300 hammer. I can't wait to see what it does on deer. Be back in a moment. Okay, here's the target, 125 grain Sierra Pro Hunter at about 25-50 feet per second at 100 yards. Two together there, one I dropped. Okay, fine. All right, then 130 grain Spear Hot Core, same 25-50, 100 yards. Three right together, real proud of that. Okay, then over here at 200 yards now, the 125 grain Sierra Pro Hunter. Three shots right there within 3/4 of an inch. So that's pretty good for Dave Strohmeyer anyway. And then up here is the Spear Hot Core 25-50 again, and then three shots right there about an inch. But just to show you where my point of impact, at 100 yards it was both dead zero and I shot a little bit high. Okay, then at 200 yards I put my reticle right there at the bottom, right in between the top of that circle and the bottom of this circle, here and here. So it only dropped about an inch. That's kind of a surprise to me. But no matter what, now I know where it hits. I can hold dead on 100 to 200 yards and just go ahead and squeeze the trigger. Well, folks, I hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Check your subscription, please. But no matter what, God bless you all. See you again next time. Goodbye and good hunting.